Hey, so this will be a little bit different of a video. I'm just going to talk about my meditation retreat that I'm going on in a couple weeks. And yeah, I don't know, just kind of just talk about what I'm what I'm doing, why I'm going on a retreat, and that sort of stuff, I guess. Uh, yeah, so the actual organized silent retreat that I'm doing is it's the year-end retreat at a Bhavana meditation. It was a Bhavana Society meditation center, and it's essentially a retreat for like more advanced meditators that aren't they like there's no instruction or any like guidance during the retreat. You essentially just go there and do like your own techniques and your own. I think generally people would have like a some set thing that they're doing. Like they decide they're going to do like the Visuddhimagga style meditation or the like Burmese Vipassana, something like that. Um, and I actually haven't decided what I'm doing yet, and that's a part of the part of kind of like the journey that I'm going on is kind of deciding as I make my way there what meditation I'm actually going to do while I'm there because the retreat is in I want to say it's like the fourth. I guess it's in 10 days, so a little bit less than 2 weeks. But I'm leaving tomorrow, and I'm going to another monastery first, as well as visiting some friends. But sort of as I make my way to the actual monastery where the retreat's going to be, I'm gonna do some thinking and studying, and hopefully get some advice from one of the monks at the first monastery, and kind of just figure out like what meditation technique would actually benefit me right now, if there is one that I could find from like a book or someone else's experience, and also just kind of get some grounding on like I don't know like what sort of techniques are like a safe and just generally like healthy thing to do. I don't know because this will only be my excuse me this will be my third retreat that I'm going on, and the first two were like very heavily guided. Like they had one of them was all like guided meditations. The other one was there were teachers that would check in with you every day and like give you instructions. And I honestly hated both of those approaches. It completely like ruined both retreats for me. Where I respected the teachings they had because they were all like legitimate techniques, but it just was not my thing. Like the first retreat I went on was the one with the teachers who would help you, and like the first couple of days before the teachers met with anybody, it was sort of like self-guided, and you just like figure out your own way of doing the technique before they start giving you advice. And I like this is not completely true, of course, but it felt like I made more progress in the first 2 days than I did the rest of the retreat because I essentially just felt like I was like doing healing. I was like healing the teachers, karma, healing their wounds, because I felt like the interviews were just like them putting their own, their own crap, their own stuff on me, and making me heal them, like heal those things for them, which they weren't doing intentionally, of course, but it just seems like a very clear sign to me that that I would benefit a lot more from this type of self-guided thing, where I can actually just sit there and like have no one else influencing me and just do my own technique and my own, I don't know, whatever it is that I have found to be the thing to do for my spiritual progress. Because I think it's partly just who I am and the way my system works, is that having other people influence me during a retreat like that just causes me to just put aside my own healing and just focus on their healing and their progress. Which I guess framed like that sounds like a good selfless thing to do, but I feel like the silent retreat environment is one where I want to be selfish and I want to, do things for myself and like heal myself. And yeah, I can't really do that if I'm healing someone else. So yeah, that's obviously like the good aspect of having it be self-guided is that I can focus on my own things and do all my own work. But the downside is that I won't have any guidance really, and there will be monks there that if I really need guidance I could ask them. But my intention is to essentially be totally closed off and like be in my own space the whole time. But before I go into an experience like that, which I have a feeling will be pretty powerful, like more powerful than I'm realizing. I want to have some assurance of well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess a little bit of assurance from somebody who's done this type of thing, and I'm thinking specifically of the monk at the first monastery. Like asking him a couple questions just to get some grounding on whether it's a good idea to just go in without too many plans, or to I don't know, try specific techniques. Like there's one that I think I mentioned at first. Visuddhimagga is like an old Theravada Buddhist text from I want to say like 1,000, maybe 2,000 years after the Buddha, where they describe a pretty clear technique where you essentially build your concentration and then do vipassana. It's like the insight meditation, which I've heard plenty of people say that it's kind of dated and there's better ways to do it. So that is something I want to ask him about, and at the very least, just consider myself, like if I don't ask, just to consider if that's something I should do, or if I should just completely go my own path and just do like full intuitive, just sit there and see what meditation I end up doing, which is kind of what I've done in the past, just like living at monasteries, just reading stuff and like doing meditations that are essentially just what I think of in the moment. And I think like, oh, I should go into this meditative state, or I should focus on this type of thing, or like contemplate this idea. And that really has worked pretty well. And it's hard to say if it will transfer to a silent retreat like this, but I think for the most part it is, at the very least, even if I have no guidance or any plan, I think just doing that will at the very least yield something interesting. It'll yield some type of transcendental experience that ultimately I am doing this for the just for the experience that I kind of like knowing that I've had these sorts of experiences in the past where I get into like the very deep meditation like day after day, and I have very significant healings and very significant just insights into like reality and that sort of stuff. It's a matter of not expecting this to be the same, not expecting to get the same exact things out of it, but and I think part of what's drawing me to do this, to go onto this on this like I think 2.5 week trip, is to just see what more there is for me, like what else I can find, what else I can do with with essentially this Buddhist path. And obviously it's Buddhism with my own interpretations put on top of it, because I haven't had enough like formal teaching to really say that I'm really following like the traditional Buddhist path. I really am just following like my own path informed by Buddhism, but yeah, I guess that's about it. Yeah, I guess I finished talking about the overall plan that I have. So I'm starting out going to a friend's house, and then going to the first monastery. I go there for a few days and kind of see if it feels right to ask questions from the monk there, because he's pretty experienced, and in addition to knowing about meditation techniques, I also want to ask if he can help me with this this kind of side project of learning to resist the cold, learning to like not get cold no matter how cold it is outside. Because I know that he lived in the Himalayas for a bit, and as far as I know was like wearing monk's robes and like no like fur coats or anything, just like the traditional like linen robes or whatever. No, not linen, but just like fabric basically. And And yeah, I think he, at the very least at that point in his life, knew how to be like invincible to the cold, which I don't need quite that level. I just want the level of like being in 30-degree weather and wearing like a sweater and not feeling cold, which is like 45 degrees or something, and I feel pretty cold. But yeah, when I went there the last time, it didn't feel like he was very approachable. So if he's approachable this time, I'll ask these questions. But otherwise, I'll just read some books and think about things. But yeah, after I do that, I'll potentially visit some more friends in DC. But essentially going to go to the monastery with the retreat and spend a few days there before the retreat, just kind of getting acclimated to the environment. Which I noticed with the other retreats was definitely a factor. Was the first few days, I was really getting used to the space and used to like just the schedule that I had and the overall like environment, like knowing where to go to meditate, like where to walk, where to sit, stuff like that. But I think the few days, I think it's 3 or 4 days, I'll spend there kind of getting acclimated, forming a little bit of a routine, and then the silent retreat will actually start. And I'm guessing like I think there's a few people, like quite a few people are going to be there, maybe like 30 or so. So like everyone's going to show up, and it'll suddenly switch to it'll be an interesting switch because it will be the same physical environment, but it will be very different because everyone will be silent, and there'll be a bunch more people there, and I would kind of get used to the retreat environment within the monastery environment that I've already been in for a few days. But yeah, I think after that, my plans aren't really set in stone because I honestly don't know how the retreat will go. There's I'm kind of like leaving it open to all the possibilities that I expect the retreat will go well, and I'll feel motivated to go to the next monastery I've planned. But if I feel terrible at the end of the retreat, which is possible, like I felt pretty bad after the second retreat I went on a few months ago. So if I feel bad, I'll probably just go home, take the 5-hour drive, and just rest a bit before rest a bit and sit in a warm house. But if I'm still feeling like continuing my journey, I have a third monastery I'm going to, which is a pretty cool Thai monastery, which it's like the Thai forest tradition. The people there are American, but that just would be really cool because it's a very like forested, mountainous area, which something about being there in the winter sounds like kind of hardcore, but kind of cool because I would feel very like isolated and very I don't know, more so than the other monasteries. I would feel like I had my own like spiritual space, like within a forest in like an isolated cabin, which I don't know. Part of my imagination of how I'll feel after the retreat is that I'll appreciate like a space where I can just kind of integrate into the universe, and I don't know what I'll maybe bring like a ebook reader and read some books about I don't know what, spirituality, magic, so sort of like alchemy stuff. I don't know. But of course, leaving it open to the possibilities, I have no idea what I'll want to do. I might just go there and continue meditating and just like deepen the experience, which I will inevitably be in the middle of at that point. But yeah, after that, I have no idea what I'll do, but I think pretty soon after that monastery, I'll make my way back home and yeah, see if it feels different being at this apartment, after having a transformative experience like that. Which yeah, I'm filming this video at my apartment, which is in front of me. There's like a shed behind me that I think it's on the same property, but it's my space is like right there. But yeah, I guess it's pretty much the full journey that I'm going on. As I said, I don't really know what to expect, but if at the end of it I still feel like a YouTube channel is something that I want to do, then there will definitely be a longer video when I get back that talks about some of the stuff I experienced, or at the very least talks about how I felt about it. I don't really know if I'll do much like formal recording of what happens. It's one of those things where, I mean, the last retreat I went on was, it was supposed to be like a really formal, no nonsense technique, but even after that, I had a few like spirit encounters and like shamanic journeys that I went on that were just made like amazing stories. I shouldn't say amazing stories, but I was telling them to a friend, and he said they were gave him goosebumps and that sort of thing. So I have a feeling there will be some interesting things to share, no matter what I end up doing. But as I said, might not be YouTube might not be the place to share them. We'll have to see. But yeah, I think I've run out of things to say without making assumptions about what will happen, because yeah, it's still completely open-ended how this is gonna go. I'll do my best to just relax my thinking mind and just go along with the flow of wherever the wind guides me on this trip, which for all I know will just be camping in the mountains the whole time instead of going to any monasteries. Unlikely, but I guess that's like the furthest range of the possibilities. Alright, I'm gonna go inside to the warm, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in a while. Peace.